How many of you have ever, how many of you are a part of a security or technology team? Or have been in the past? Yeah, a lot of the table. Part of a security team or technology team. Quite a bit of the table. If not, don't worry, this will still make sense. Like, this is going to be a fun and interactive, relatively gamified exercise to build a strategy. So pretty much everybody raised their hand, but in being part of a technology team, how many of you have seen people make bad decisions, purchase the wrong products, invest in the wrong things? And I mean, I'll out myself, others don't. How many of you have even made the wrong decisions, purchased the wrong products? Yeah, I mean, that's certainly me. If the hand didn't go up, it might just be that you're newer to, that you're not in management, or you're newer to managing security. Because if you do it long enough, you're going to screw it up. We all do. So you're going to notice there's booklets. You're going to work in groups of 3 to 4, could be 2, whatever, however you naturally fit. And you'll notice you have a few things. You have a workbook that's just the complete slides. Everything's here. You have some cards we're going to walk through in a moment. And one of these will be an attacker card, right? So that you get to select an adversary. Like, you can use your imagination here based upon your own day job or your own life. Like, if you're working somewhere that's very focused on nation-state adversaries because you're in a defense contractor or research, you might choose nation-state adversary in your group. On the other hand, if you're looking at CactusCon or Cactus Corp as a more strict definition of how it was defined, maybe you're like, well, they're probably worried about ransomware, right? So you're going to pick an adversary. Then you're going to have a couple basic attack flows. We've got a lot of very advanced, experienced people at the table and in the room. So you're not limited to these. These are to give ideas and a starting point. So one of them involves credential theft via phishing as a starting point to the bad day. One involves bad attachment or weaponized document as the bad day. Another is attack on a website or the systems hosting the systems as a bad day, right? Like exposed services or infrastructure or web apps. And then social engineering with a malicious caller, right? Like somebody calls in and just starts the bad day with a person. You have defender cards, which involve people. Like, you can take these roles and apply them when you build your strategy. Next, so you're going to go through and you'll select your scenario, and then you've got 2 rubber-banded decks of cards. One involves a bunch of common tactics that you could put together, and another involves defensive controls. So what you'll do is you'll pick your adversary type, and we'll pass out flip chart paper. You can use tape, you can use markers, you can butcher these things. If things are intact at the end, you know, you can, that's okay too, we'll reuse them. But if they're not, like, you can tape these things to your flip chart paper. But the whole idea is you're going to pick an adversary together. Then you're going to pick a primary attack flow. Then you're going to go through and scroll through and pick detailed tactics. Like, you know, maybe DLL unhooking is the top one of these. They're fairly randomized as we cut them out. You know, maybe that doesn't apply to you know, every scenario, but it may apply especially to like malware delivery over weaponized document. That's going to be really important there. So you'll just pick a few tactics that you think, based on your knowledge and experience, are realistic and important based on that. Then you have a considerably larger list of things you can do in a security program. Now again, we have a lot of experience at this table. We have over a century of security experience at this table, I'm guessing. So yeah, I'm not calling like half of us old, but over a lot of security experience. So these aren't meant to be exhaustive. This is just some stuff I threw into PowerPoint. So you can write your own. We'll have Post-it notes and markers. But the whole idea is to come up with a string of events that could lead Cactus Corp to the kind of compromise they want to avoid. And then think of the things you could do that could stop that. And then lastly, begin to think of, and you can just scribble alongside, is this an easy thing to do, a cheap thing to do? Is it expensive? Or is this the kind of thing that people talk about but nobody really gets it done because it's borderline impossible, right? So, you know, you've got all sorts of things. So I'll open it up. David, anything you want to add to get people started or any additional context for?
No, I think pick your bad day.
So David and I will be circulating to answer questions. If you get stuck, you have rubber bands, shoot them at David or I, then we'll know you need help, and then we'll circulate around, but we'll come help. So divide into groups and go ahead and get started. We'll pass out some chart paper and markers to each group too. Ellen, you get this back. There you go. Do you want to pass out markers, David?
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Means you're actually gonna have fresh eyes.
That's kind of what I was like. Don't worry, it's good. You'll get it.
Should we put our name on the 10 card or?
Mike, what are we doing with the 10 card?
Oh, you put your name on it and carry it around. I don't think that got mentioned.
Carry it around.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't carry it around. You'll be here.
You'll be here.
Yeah, but that's optional. Like if you don't do that, it's okay. But there you go. Yeah, it's true.
Waiting to hear if we're gonna get an additional roll added. So. Cool. So this is probably new. We got you. Honestly, your security awareness, so we're going to keep the teams focused and going in the right direction. Not a problem before they get that one.
That's the goal. My goal is to learn as much as I can. So I'm a better
There are multi-factor
Security operations and engineering, architecture.
So when the attacker calls support,
Consulting.
What's that?
I said I've got a couple different factors.
Yeah, we should collaborate on some of those. Ready to start doing that again? Yeah. Yeah. I could kind of read that in the force. Like I could sense that.
Make sure we make smart decisions.
It's been kind of like a phase of that in life for many of us.
really?
all of the above.
Good friends for
Default counts,
You'd be surprised how often that's there.
It does happen.
That happens so much.
I do, yeah. I'm senior project manager on the site.
You know, they have lots of legacy systems. There's no governance policy.
further down the list, right? Because if we already got the data set from
Yeah, all their efficiency is really on the production side, and IT's kind of this advocate.
So I was asking the question.
Exactly.
It sounds like not much. So I don't think we're going to have to actually use anything special to get into these guys.
Well, this is also your opportunity. You can flex Cactus Corp up or down in the scenarios to make sense of the types of strategy you want to build. So like if you work somewhere or mostly help companies who are enterprise, you can easily morph CactusCon to be more enterprise to make it more challenging for yourself. So feel free to flex Cactus Corp to your needs. We're not looking to paint you in a cactus colored box.
Oh, it's in front of me.
Oh yeah, it's hidden though.
I mean, I should have known that.
Oh, I missed you guys.
There you
Sorry
go.
about that.
There we go. Not knocking over the decaf.
I can move the blueberries. There you go.
I got it. There we go.
So does your barista really miss you? Is it your regular shop?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, now you just pick a scenario, and if you want to make up your own that's not one of these, that's okay. But I wanted to give some boilerplates for folks to start from.
So this will be our, we want it, and this will be our.
Those four initial, yeah.
So I think, yeah. So now just like pick them out because now we're thinking like.
What's that? No, but you can use that. Like you can do vendor supply chain, like vendor VPN into the inside. And many of these detail cards will actually fit well with that. Like when you look through, you'll be like, oh yeah, they do this, this, and this. So yeah, that's a good thought too.
When you do like an email attack, what kind of systems do you use? Like Proofpoint?
They fish the user and then accelerate. As far as you can hook and look up, you were already right.
Skipping basic stuff. That way they're actively monitoring the entire session. Normally they would analyze the leak, but they have it on the site.
Put your password, do whatever. So do we decide on the threat actor?
Does it take it right into their browser, their virtualized browser?
Yeah, so we're going to end up doing
It doesn't really matter what it's like.
as well. That way
The key thing is
covering
really
anything
to prioritize what doesn't matter.
they're all taking a browser on.
Right, yeah. And
Here, what happens?
well, and which of these you pick will be different based upon which threat actor and what access path.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is to do attack flow mapping to drive strategy.
Block access.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This will allow us to wanted to allow that.
They can overwhelm.
So no,
We've
you
been
get
fighting
to
that
make
fight
up a
recently,
bit.
so-
So Andy walked through a little bit about it, but you can flex Cactus Corp up or down in size. So if in your job you work mid-market, like say a company about that size,
you finding
can use
value?
it as defined.
Good.
But if you work with a company with 100,000 employees,
So you're getting
that's
business
fine.
side of it.
Then
That's right, 'cause
treat
you were-
Cactus Corp in your group like 100,000 employees. Right, like
Yeah.
you can flex it up
Nice.
or down
I've
based
got
on the
a
maturity of your
student graduated
scenario.
last year, just started the MBA. So yeah. So did you guys choose your bad day?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were tying these two together.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, because like, getting rid of like those kind of go hand in hand.
Yep.
From my experience, what I see all the time is these are usually being
Absolutely.
and that's kind of universal. Like, the only thing I would say is that like a phone piece of it is social engineering. Like a company like this, they may not have like a in-person validation.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's kind of executive.
If you can't find the term that you want, it's okay to just write out what
Cool.
you mean.
Good
too.
job.
You can just scribble that out on the.
We're hoping, again, this website itself, we're hoping that some of this.
Somebody's getting a call. I don't know if it matters. Yeah, you can have scissors, absolutely. Here you go. If anybody wants tape or scissors, they're available upon request.
What if rabbit hole, then it It's prohibitively expensive.
Well, they were doing that here. So yeah, no before guy was talking about that yesterday because they got hit with that, and it was a farm within Seattle.
Yeah. So they actually had somebody working.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
interesting.
got they hired a guy, did video, everything. It was all AI. They sent them the laptop, and all of a sudden the laptop powered on. Password stealers, hacked programs, or VPN was going off like crazy. They're like, what's going on with this laptop? So they tried to get the guy on the phone, and he just kept making excuses, and then they phone over to the FBI. They're like, hey, have you seen this? They're like, oh yeah.
We know exactly what's going on. Yeah. Wow.
They kill access to the laptop. They tell them like, hey, can you send us the laptop back? Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They get the laptop back and access the FBI.
Wow.
It's a good read on no fault.
Well, I mean, so you got like a kill chain, right? Where it's like, okay, first week,
You can't really build it on time.
Right.
So if it's already in the system, it will help out. But we can't really.
Mike,
Yes.
we've done all the initial things.
For an
Now
insider
we
threat
need
because he would know
you guys.
So you figured out who's attacking, right? Who's attacking? Nation state or insider threat? Okay. What type of attack? Like high level? Social engineering. Okay, great. Then you look through the various attack cards to see what things they might do with that scenario, right? So to make it interesting, like if it's just social engineering and they like
Yeah.
do something bad in a GUI, that won't give you much to work with, right? Because it's like two steps.
Cool. Thank you.
So I would make up some sort of complex or technical aspect that you could
that's
detect.
fun. Thank you.
Right, like maybe you have social engineering an insider threat via a low-level user in like a defense contractor scenario, where now they need to introduce attacker-controlled malware to get them across an air gap or something into industrial control systems. Right, so try to come up with only so that you have some things you could solution to. Right. So, but you could come up with your own solutions to pure insider threat too, if it really is like the highest level person in the company gets compromised. There's stuff you can do for that.
Conversations are so interesting. I'm like, there's master degree level program going down here.
Yeah, like and it's like it's looking good.
maybe they're using the ability to do shares, authentication, logging stuff.
I'm actually trying to figure that out, but I'm guessing it probably like 8 to 10 more minutes, probably.
Using old authentication.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. No, I think we should. I think we should come back together and talk about it. I'm trying to get. Okay, I'm gonna sneak out and go find Andy to see when we're rotating.
So, what do you need?
I'm just pinging Andy real quick.
So query add with important
So that's something they would probably do, right? So they have a user account. It might not be like admin or footer's account, but
So yeah, they could probably be part of this as well, trying to see if they can attack our host or if we're like hosting any websites or such. Compromised browser credential store. This will probably
maybe that would be something they would try, right? If they have a user password, they might,
if they try to get in like one of the admins or such, they could probably try to get credentials and attack from there. Compromise unauthenticated API.
Everybody has about 10 more minutes on the strategy, and then we're going to come together and discuss for 5 minutes at the end. So 10-minute warning till we discuss. And if you need tape or supplies or scissors, just shout.
So I think maybe that defender cards. Purple teaming? Yes. Yeah. This definitely ties into inside threat. Yes.
Password rotation, that's like gone now, isn't it? They're trying to move towards this.
And we got a little bit of budget to hire some staff.
You do, yeah.
And then I've got a little bit of budget
To buy some solutions.
so I don't have to sell the vision. I have budget.
You have budget, but you probably want more budget, right? You always want more budget. So, yeah.
Are the defender cards where we are? Or is
Well, that's just, you might map them to actions. So, like if we have a group who may not know all the roles that people do, you might do awareness training for your help desk leader so that they don't reset people's MFA arbitrarily without validating them, for example. Or you might have a GRC analyst review and harden your acceptable use policies, or you might train use your engineers like chess pieces to deploy firewalls, antivirus, these things, right? So, and you could make up that you're having to recruit these people, or maybe you have a few, depending on how big you made CactusCon.
No, one policy
Yeah,
was
good
controls, and one policy were like things you can exploit.
I
Problems
love that
in
you're
your
starting to
environment.
talk through that already.
Is it because it's you? You want to
So as you begin to reach the end of your strategy, begin to prioritize as well. Think like, hey, okay, if I get everything I want, this is the plan. These are the asterisk items. If I only get 5 things, these are the 5 things, right?
Can we have a brief description on where to go? That means.
Oh yeah, okay. So this would be like, say you have an IT team. This would be, say you set a reoccurring, clean up technical debt. Say you have an IT department and lots of legacy systems. Maybe you set a standing meeting with executives to prioritize like old systems to decom. Then you set another reoccurring meeting with all the admins to train them and discuss and like, hey, our last pen test showed these 10 items of technical debt, outdated protocols, default accounts, this old system that nobody uses anymore, but it hasn't been decommed. And you set up reoccurring meetings. And for years, David led these meetings for us. And then you use those meetings to drive progress and maybe even hire people.
That's what I was thinking. Sounds good.
Yeah, too long an answer to your question, but
They know what they need, so they know who's going to
This is where they probably gets technicians probably
I don't know, like, if they were somebody experienced, that might apply. I don't know for a typical insider threat if I would do that. But this,
So I love this. So if I have so it's like, look, so it's about
but I mean, all of this stuff is tied together.
Well, and then also there's also the way to escalation. If they're, I'm assuming, like it could be if you're doing command and control.
yeah, people are coming up with good stuff.
That's cool.
Good questions. Huh?
Yeah, they didn't say we had to be but it is revenue 500 to 700.
But you can flex it up or down.
They're not cheating.
But yeah.
Point of contention. I don't think there's awareness with all this.
It was like depending on how they basically escalate. It's always a good. So how are they going to? I would expect like
User awareness training via
Kill two birds with one stone.
That comes down to not
so you could run Python, you could run PowerShell, that basically it helps with evasion because you're not running a virus.
So 5 minutes to finish up your strategy. Sorry, guys. 5 minutes to finish up your strategy.
We probably won't discuss at the end because people
gonna
are
talk
having
about
too
it
good
now.
of conversations to interrupt. Like everybody's micro conversations are good, so
5
I
minutes,
mean,
you guys.
yeah.
We'll come back and prioritize.
5 minutes to finish up your strategy.
As you solidify your
5 minutes
projects,
to finish
if
up your
you want
strategy.
to like tape them together and tape things to the wall, you can decorate the wall with your strategies. That is optional though. It's optional but encouraged. If you've got a strategy you like, feel free to
It
tape
would
it
be
down and tape it to the
part of your
wall as
team.
we
What are you
wrap
going to
up
have
if
on
you
your
want.
team? And you can choose that depending on your organization.
Would at least address
attack surface mapping and management.
You guys definitely have to tape yours to the wall.
If you make the recurring meetings like risk and build it in.
Just because, I mean, that specific part, like identifying insider threats and identifying, you get some detection and not your probably your best course of defense across the enterprise. 5,000 people.
Good thoughts?
Alright, you ready to tape? Ready to get your tape?
Here, you can, if we put it in the middle, you can like hand pieces that direction while they still swipe. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
We definitely have enough of the cards for one more table.
What's that?
We definitely have enough of the attack cards for one more table without.
Good.
The third's going to have to cut out their own. I should dig out the other scissors I have.
That's what we've been doing just to add in. We use our SOC and one of our, we have an on-site guy that would be a pen tester that they work together to do purple team type of stuff.
Rotate, like we have them do like one time they're the attacker, one time they're the defender, or
A lot of times they, because of the
If you've got
timing,
it
it's
and you
based
want to
on when
like
they have
tape
a
it
little
down
bit
and
of
tape
free
it to
time
the wall, it
to
looks
do
good.
it.
Like, it looks like you might
We'll
be
talk
there.
about
It's looking great.
the
So
focus
feel
on
free
it,
to
so, yeah.
Spider-Man it with tape. Slap it on the wall if you want.
I'm the SOC manager. I was in the same role last year, so we were just kind of kicking off the purple team. It's kind of picked up steam lately. So. Yeah. So he would be more of an engineer, so, but he does our sim, so he and I work together a lot. Our teams, while we're hierarchical, because Mike's the boss, we're very, I would say, flat. Right, Mike? We need to.
All right. As we begin to wrap it up,
So one of the things
As we begin to wrap it up, any key insights anybody wants to share? I think we've got maybe 1 minute for people to throw in stuff. I think everybody's in the zone.
Script control and EDR
It really is.
together.
Yeah, this is great.
Rob had like the best way to describe it. It's like watching the rubber band feed.
It's fun, yeah. So feel free to tape this to the wall if you want. As we wrap up, feel free to tape this to the wall.
Do we need to package everything back up?
So
Stuff stays here.
you stay here, we're rotating. So
Is it?
Yeah,
So
we have other handouts.
What was your threat?
we have a bunch more handouts, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
so-
right, yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know about always. I'm always last minute. I'm sometimes prepared.
And as a new software,
I've always been impressed with your activities.
Aw.
Adults and kids like them.
any malicious
What's that?
Adults and kids like them.
Well, thank you. Yeah. You may find a word or two on a slide that I didn't cross over from Girls in Cyber, so true confessions.
or trying to set up anything to
Our,
Nice.
our,
So, number one strategy. What are you going to do first?
so we're about at time, but as we close up, feel free to tape your strategy on the wall, and I figure everybody can kind of wall walk and look at their different ones. Two sides. So what I'd do is I'd tape it just at the top, and then I'd put like a line that says over, so people can flip it up and look at your other side.
Good. Good thought out. Good job, guys. Nice work.
If you guys want this, oh, you guys have tape. Okay. Did you guys get?
On this thing. So that's fantastic. So your coursework
All right. So,
kind of
tell me what your attacker is and your
So
number one
what we
strategy.
can do if you want is just like Spider-Man style tape.
It's hamburger,
right.
and it's going with Burger King.
Our attackers they just walked in from an open door and they moved laterally.
Doing good? Nice.
No matter where you
Yeah, just anywhere on this wall should be fine.
having a way to set up something
Yeah,
Okay.
looks good. Yeah, you can just tape it. I'm gonna steal a couple pieces of tape too.
Three-way approach.
You bet. There you go. Anytime. Oh, there we go.
Containment effort, and also get some funds to speed up the cycle.
Nice. Great.
So our first thing is to stop the page.
Yeah.
So we're going to implement MFA and make sure everything's authenticated appropriately. Since we assume we're completely compromised at this point.
Right.
So now that we've got that done, I mean, ultimately the reason why this occurred is because we weren't managing our assets, right?
Yeah.
So we totally forgot about it. So making sure that asset management program is on par. And then
Yep.
there was a vulnerability, so we're going to make sure that the vulnerability management. So that's why we have the GIC vote. That's going to be creating the policy, and then this is going to be codifying it. Right?
Nice.
And start segmenting the network, this important micro-segmentation, and then going back to the way we saw the attack occurring, what could we have actually put in place initially?
Yeah.
So having a WAF and having that MFA is key.
So did it hit home for any of you? Have you dealt with this before? Yeah. Yeah. Good deal. Good job, guys. This is great.
Yeah, thank you.
Could you? Oops, sorry to interrupt. Could you do me a favor?
Oh yeah, dark web monitoring. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few different companies that do that.
It's looking good. Looking good. Do you need some tape, or you got it? Okay. Oh, that looks pretty. That looks pretty. I like that one.
Because we chose the hamburger.
Okay, as you get your strategies on the wall, feel free to, like, we'll collect, if you didn't write in these, we might reuse them. Do you want to maybe just like collect the random materials?
Sure.
But we want to make sure they don't go with the good materials.
Thank you, guys.
Wow, they were really organized. Okay, these actually, no. Okay, so those are okay. Those can be reused. Yep, we're wrapping up. Thank you, Andy. So, leftovers. So, oops. No, that's okay. That's fine.
Managing the C-suite is really
I am, unless do you,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we don't want you. Yeah, we were gonna shoot.
That's funny.
I'll take that.
I'll bet.
I was gonna put little pins and needles in there.
Thanks.
That would be, yeah, that would get my
Appreciate it.
attention. All right, so I vote we just trash all this because it's more of a liability than anything
Right.
else. Because it's more
We'll have to
likely
figure
to
it
just,
all out if
yeah,
we can.
confuse us.
Good. Yeah, I think it was fun to kind of talk through it and hear what the strategies you guys were thinking of.
Thank you.
I'll give you this.
I'm going to sneak by you real quick. Thank you. I think we're relatively portable enough that the two of us can move everything to the next station quickly.
So, Allie, did you feel like you learned from these guys?
Very good. It took years of me leveraging examples
Good.
of what can happen if we don't invest. Like the board basically releases what
Well, I'm sure you were mostly right.
All right, feel free to tape it to the wall.
That's great.
All right, as we come to a close and rotate, it's been a pleasure. Really appreciate all of the great participation, a lot of excellent ideas, and hope it was a good and valuable experience. Excellent, thanks.
Are you guys having a great time?